And Scarlett. Say hi, Scarlett. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Sean with M is for Motorcycle. I'm out here riding Scarlett through the countryside. I thought I'd do a little old-fashioned moto vlog today and talk about why some people may be interested in riding a motorcycle, but they don't. Why is that? Or some people ride motorcycles and they shouldn't. Do you know anybody like that? Do you know anybody that just surprised everyone and said, okay, I want to ride a motorcycle, and everybody was like, oh my gosh, you're going to kill yourself? So I thought I'd dive in a little bit on what it takes to ride a motorcycle, okay? Now, I'm specifically going to... Wow, that's a beautiful setting there. There's big oak trees, and what a nice place. So I'm specifically going to talk about this from an American perspective, because as we all know, there are countries where motorcycle riding is very common. It doesn't have the stigma of danger that it does in America. And there are reasons for that. We can touch on that a little bit. But my conversation is really around American riding. And riding motorcycles is it's an entertainment activity, right? It's something to do as a hobby. Now, yeah, there are people that commute on their motorcycles. I've done it myself. But for the most part, it's something to add on to your daily commute. Meaning, you buy a motorcycle, you ride it on the weekends, and you do group rides or a bike night occasionally, that kind of thing. It's a hobby. Instead of, like in other countries, where it's your primary source of transportation, and you've been riding a motorcycle your whole life, and yada yada yada. Your sister can ride, your mom rides, everybody rides. Now, in America, we've got excellent roadways, right? Because of our love and passion of the automobile and the freedom that gives us, over the last century, we've established a network of wonderful paved roadways. Well, when you put motorcycles on those wonderful paved roadways, if you put a fast one on it, you can go fast. And, things happen. And so over the years, over the decades, motorcycles have this stigma of being dangerous. Moms don't want their sons or daughters to ride a motorcycle, and, it's true. You really have to evaluate the risk. Now, I'm an adamant believer that if you are riding responsibly and you start on the appropriate motorcycle and you have the appropriate gear, all of those things start to minimize that risk in terms of a fatal injury. Now, there's nothing you can ever do about an accidental T-bone of a semi-truck where there's just really nothing you can do. You didn't see it coming, and in a blink of an eye, you're gone because you decided to ride a motorcycle. And that's what kind of leads me into the next aspect of this conversation is, should you be riding a motorcycle? I think everybody who has a desire to, maybe you have a relative, a friend, or just were inspired by somebody on social media or in the movies, and you're like, oh man, I would love to ride a motorcycle. You have to tell yourself, you have to ask yourself, do I have what it takes? From a skill set perspective. Are you a good driver? Do you have that focus? When I get on a motorcycle, okay, my senses go into hyper mode. My situational awareness, my vision, my intuition, everything goes into hyper mode. I'm looking at everything as a potential risk. Cars, areas where deer may jump out, road conditions. Is there sand on the road? Is there gravel? Is there potholes? And you learn over time to identify those things very quickly. So it almost becomes second nature. The color of the road changes. Potential risk. Could be sand, could be gravel, could be oil, could be some kind of liquid. The car that comes into an intersection, they just have that kind of, they're just giving you that vibe that they may pull out in front of you. These are intuitional things. This is a skill set that you need to have in order to be a safe and successful motorcycle rider. And of course, don't be stupid. The stupider you are on a motorcycle, the higher the risk. You know, that's something that they teach you in track days too. When you're out there, because you're out there to go fast on the track, and so are the other people. The dumber you are, the higher the risk is of something dumb happening. It's just kind of logic. Do you have what it takes? So if you have a friend who wants to ride, really have a serious talk with them. Because I'm of the opinion, myself, that anybody can ride, right? It's not rocket science. You can ride a motorcycle. You might be clumsy at it at first. You might putt around your neighborhood for a couple of weeks before you have the courage to take it out on an open road. That's fine. You should. Respect the danger. Respect the risk. Take it slow. But also have that talk with your friend of, wow, I don't know. I don't think you really have what it takes, man. I mean, I'd hate to see you get hurt. Right? I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? Should anybody be on a motorcycle if they have a desire to be on a motorcycle? I mean, sure, it's free will, freedom of choice. All I'm saying is ask yourself and convince your friends and your relatives if they have a desire to ride a motorcycle. Tell them, hey, ask yourself, do I have what it takes? Do I have the skill set? Do I have that hyper sense of situational awareness and hand-eye coordination, focus? If there's any doubt at all, maybe don't do it, right? Oh, it's nice out here. It's fun to get out on some curves because here in Florida, we take what we can get. Everything's pretty much in a grid. But these are some pretty good roads, I gotta tell you. So be a champion of the motorcycle and help your friends, help your relatives. If they're wanting to get involved with it, tell them, ask yourself if you should, or do you have what it takes? And then of course, encourage them to do it the right way with full gear all the time, taking the right training, maybe riding with a group for a while until you can really familiarize yourself and get comfortable. I think motorcycles are safer than the stigma that comes with them. But I also think it goes hand in hand on how you ride, where you ride, what you ride. You know, these kind of things all factor in. I know I've been very fortunate in that I'm a pretty responsible rider, and it's paid off. When I have pushed the limits a little bit, I've had some moments, so that's on me. I got away with it, but I learned from it too. So, okay, that's my little rant. Help your fellow motorcycle enthusiasts. Be safe out there. This is Sean from M is for Motorcycle. And Scarlett. Say hi, Scarlett. See you next time, guys.